Hello guys, welcome back to another fun race on the second account. Absolutely loving this second account. Highly recommend one, as I keep saying in the last few videos. And as you can see, we're in our very own personalised livery. No doubt we'll have won the Sexy Livery Award. We've got number 9 on the door. Just a one lapper in this daily race. This guy, Mr. Simon, out front, had been in all the races that we did, starting on pole. A sub 7 minute lap around here. A 6:59 something, I believe Simon had done. And we decided the TT or the Viper was the OP cars in this one. We have decided to bounce into the Sirocco to see if we can get the feel of it and how it handles. And in this race, there's not really a problem with the Sirocco, as there's no tyre wear, which is the Sirocco's main problem, trying to look after its front tyres. But straight away you see our problem at the start of this daily race every time. We'll lose the slipstream around those first couple of sections, and then from here we're out of it. And it was very similar every time we done this race, no matter where we started on the grid. We always seem to get those first couple of sections just a wee bit slower, and then we were out of the slipstream. And the Audi seemed to just drive away from us then, once we were out of the slipstream. We'll bounce outside here, as we've got a bit of pressure on the rear end. We've got Mr. Bumper Cam Bob behind us, ER1K. Also right there. A wee bit of a gap for us at the moment. Back on board. Beautiful track this here to drive. I would have to say the most enjoyable driving track for me. Not the most enjoyable now to have a race on, as it's very hard to stay clean and make any passes. You need a lot of patience on this track. Just trying to bide your time and wait for that big straight at the end, or else hope for wee mistakes here and there. Very hard to get past, and anytime anyone wants to try to pass us, we usually lift and hand that stuff over straight away, rather than trying to run any side by side action around this wee narrow track. But in terms of enjoying driving around a track, this is the most enjoyable track I've ever played on. It's absolutely beautiful to drive around. It's like a massive Suzuka. You can't really drop a wheel anywhere at all. Very technical, lovely, fast flowing corners. Thoroughly enjoyable. And the 3 most intense races I've ever had in this game was the 3 attempts. There was an FIA race on this once, and we'll have 3 attempts at it, and they are draining races. You have to be fully focused. You can't, apart from the big straight at the end, there is nowhere else on this track really to lose concentration. I felt physically drained after 3 FIA races at this here a couple of months ago. And what are we like behind us? Are they coming? No, they're just out of our slipstream at the moment, by the looks of it. We'll bounce outside. Only the 1 lap, so we will watch this 1 lap rather than go for any kind of skipping, as it was a pretty short daily race. I would have preferred it to have at least 2 laps. It would have been a lot more enjoyable with an extra lap there. But as it stands, we're gonna keep improving our ratings in this here the second account. We'll keep getting up into better lobbies and having a lot of fun on these dailies, as the guys behind are now starting to close in. The Sirocco felt particularly good around that banked corner there. The back end very steady as you drop down into the banking. You find a lot of cars, as soon as you drop down, if you're carrying too much speed as you drop down in, the back end just starts to go on you. And that beautiful livery as always, created by Mr. Tom, aka Blue Ukulele. Big thank you, as usual, to Mr. Tom. And the guys are now right on us, they're in our slipstream, Mr. Bob and ER1K. The pressure on the rear end is a mountain, and we all know, if you don't know by now, where have you been? But pressure on the rear end can make you shit your pants. So let's hope we do not have an underpant department incident in this one, and we'll try and hold it all together. Again, beautiful watching these replays from the outside camera. Is Bob going to keep his patience, or is he wanting a move done on us as soon as he can? He's all over us. There's not really anywhere to go, but as I say, on these tracks, it's pretty much a follow the leader. Although we're now approaching the big straight, Bob must be thinking to himself, we've got you, although in our head we were slowing the pace down just ever so slightly to make sure that the guy behind, Mr. AR, was still in that slipstream, and we tried to get a wee bit of pure drive out of that corner on badness as well, and in front of us he goes, but we're right back in the slipstream. Let's go back on board and see, can we get a run back on him? And the guy behind is also going to be in this. The three of us heading towards the final couple of corners. Have we got a good enough run to get right in front of him? We do indeed, and the guy behind is also coming. We're three wide, heading up in. This does not usually work out, heading into the last wee chicane here. Mr. AR doing well there, getting himself up. Small nudge at the end, wee bit of bumper cars, the usual Gran Turismo physics, and it was a battle of bubbly, but very enjoyable. Catch us next time, guys.